Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a review of this 2020 Chevrolet Camaro RS. Very beautiful car. Now, young cars of Queens back in around 3rd grade was absolutely fascinated by the 2009 to 13 Chevrolet Camaro. That was my dream car. That was my favorite car. That was the car that I thought would be my first car. Absolutely love the Camaro, the power, the design, just everything. So this is like really my first time driving a Camaro for an extended period of time. And I gotta say, I really do like this car. The American muscle car is definitely one of the most underrated segments in the car industry, and this one is just so fun to drive. This one is the RS. You guys can see we've got quad exhaust pipes on this bad boy. And before we go any further, I want to give a big shout out to Eastchester Certified Motors, 541 White Plains Road in Eastchester, New York, for making this video possible and making this review possible. So be sure to give them a visit if you guys are interested in this beautiful spec black on red Camaro 2020 RS. Be sure to check them out. And now back into the video. This one only has 11,000 miles on it. Really low mileage. Really nice car. You could tell it wasn't really beat on. This Chevrolet Camaro is powered by Chevy's 3.6 liter V6, and despite the fact that this is a V6 and it's not the coveted V8, it's not the ZL1, this car really does not make you feel like you bought the cheap version of a sports car, such as, you know, the Challenger SXT or the GT or something like that. It actually does sound very nice, very muscular. And I gotta say, it's not bad. It exceeded my expectations for sure. So now we're gonna start up the Camaro. Now when you look at the rear of this car, two cameras are standing out. One is of course this backup camera that is mounted on top of the license plate, but then you also have this little thing right here. Now this camera is actually for the rear view mirror. So instead of an actual mirror, they have this camera here. This one is optioned with a sunroof, and then you of course do have your blind spot monitoring in the mirror. Going inside the interior of the Camaro, you've got the black on red interior. We have Bose speakers, as you guys can see here. And the inside is just very beautiful. Really nice, comfortable leather seats from what I've seen. And we're actually going to get behind the wheel of this bad boy and take her on a test drive. The interior is really nice. Unlike the last car I did, the Tesla, the interior makes a lot of sense in every way. This car is relatively easy to climb in and out of, despite being a low to the ground muscle car. Now we're going to give her a start. We have push button start. Moving on to the interior, you do have this nice leather wrapped steering wheel. The feedback is really nice on the steering wheel. I quite like it. And then you have a very easy to use GM typical infotainment system, and then the climate controls are all buttons, which I simply love. And everything is just very easy to use. The ergonomics of the interior are really good. And then this red accenting all throughout the interior of this car is really nice. So this one I believe is a really nice spec in my opinion. You do have some paddle shifters as well. One of my gripes with the Camaro is that the backseat is not exactly a pleasant place to be in. Unless you have friends that are very small, the backseat is just very cramped. As you guys can see, I'm not even a big person, but even with my seat in its usual position, it really does not leave the backseat passenger with a lot of space at all. I'm definitely impressed by the interior quality of this car. You have very nice materials. We do have ambient lighting, and then we have just overall everything is really nice material. Everything feels nice. The buttons are nice. The colors are nice. The steering wheel's nice. The sunroof is nice. Just everything about it. I really do enjoy the interior of the 2020 Chevy Camaro. The backup camera quality is really stellar in this car. Everything's just very clear. You can even see the spots on this garbage can. That's how good it is. Very impressed, Chevy. And now my other gripe with the Camaro is the lack of cargo space. This is actually surprisingly wide and deep, but I just feel like this is not enough space for me. If this isn't a deal breaker for you, then by all means, the Camaro is the perfect two-door sports coupe for you. It's a dream come true to finally drive a Camaro after so many years. Third grade dream car of mine. Doesn't sound too bad for a 3.6 liter V6. Now moving on to the test drive portion of this video. This car is pretty aggressive for a 3.6 liter V6. That was my first impression. The shift is really nice. You'll almost get like a bit of a gunshot exhaust. And mind you, this car is completely stock, bone stock. So that's definitely welcome. You definitely get like a very sporty feel despite being an RS, not even the SS. Another thing I do like is the heads-up display. Definitely sounds very nice, but don't expect it to handle like a BMW. That's what I'll tell you guys, because this is definitely a boat, and when you try to corner aggressively, you're going to see that, you know, obviously this is a muscle car. But overall, the driving experience and the dynamics are very good. The steering is just right. It's not too heavy, not too light. The car is a whole lot of fun. Wants you to press the gas all the time, and it takes it very well. The feedback from the steering and everything is just really nice in this car. The ergonomics are really good. I would not mind dealing a car like this. The only problem is, of course, that it's a two-door. When you open the trunk, you realize there isn't a whole lot of space there, but you know, mind you, this is a muscle car. You're not buying this car for practicality. So all jokes aside about military people buying this with their sign-on bonus, I can see why they buy this car. Really nice for what it is. For the money, you definitely get your value out of it, and I would not mind driving this car at all, guys. One more pull. But yeah, this thing sounds crazy, guys. Absolutely amazed and blown away. My first time driving a Camaro. Not bad at all. I would not mind driving this car at all. Alright, that's it. And that concludes our review of the 2020 Chevy Camaro RS. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and check out Eastchester Certified Motors, located at 541 White Plains Road here in Eastchester. If you guys are interested in this car or any of their cars for that matter, be sure to give them a visit, and I'll see you guys on the next video.